the Lamborghini machine. Let's ride.
Here, I'm talking to you from this drone. Well, I'm not actually in the drone. That would defeat the entire purpose of a drone. That would be a helicopter. It will follow you the whole time and take some awesome shots for our videos. Not in a weird way. Anyway, have fun. Automobili Lamborghini versus Ferrari. Man, I am so pumped. Hey, no pressure, but these cars are like really expensive, so try not to crash and burn, okay? What a viewpoint. It really makes you think. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned there's gonna be turns. Sorry. How are we feeling about our choice down there? Not having second thoughts, are we? Full Italian power! Give me the gravy, Grandma! Lamborghini takes it all! The Lamborghini machine rules the mountains.
I started Drift Masters with 620 natural aspirated horsepower, and in Riga I was clutch kicking in 5th gear.
Yeah, I remember the same. I was the same as well. Yeah,
like coming around the turn. Wow! Wow!
What's happening, guys? I'm Becky Evans, and welcome to Motorfest, the podcast, brought to you by Red Bull and the iconic Ubisoft game, the Crew Motorfest. This is a podcast where I get to talk to the top motorsport athletes in the world about their passions of all things speed, wings, and wheels. And if you didn't already know, you can actually listen to this podcast whilst you're playing the game. So sit back, relax, and listen to the athletes that get to drive them in the real world. Let's go.
Back to where we left off.
Now that isn't the sound of my SR22 there, but it is the noise of the BMW M4 that you get to play in the game. And I've got with me today 2 guests on my podcast that have driven it in real life. So Elias Hutanji.
Now that you've met the donut team, you probably have a better idea of what you're getting into. But trust me, you're still in for a few surprises.
Connor Shanahan, welcome to Motorfest, the podcast.
Thank you.
Now this...
From now on, the city's going to be your playground. And your first urban challenge will be a rough and tumble American street brawl. I can't tell you much more right now. We agreed that James will be the one to give you all the details.
The car, the BMW M4, that Ellie, you know extremely well. You've been there since the beginning, development stage.
Yes, like this is probably one of our biggest projects that we've done so far as a team. We teamed up with BMW M, and we actually got 2 pre-production cars before they were out on sale, and we transformed them to 1,000 horsepower drift machines. And this is, until this day, it's a dream come true for me.
So I'm going to throw it back here, Ellie, to the first time that I actually met you. I had no idea about drifting. I'd just come off the back of making a TV show with Red Bull. And in 2018, I came to Mondello Park, which is the House of Drift in Ireland. And you were the first person to actually put me in a competition car, allow me to start it, and then actually pull the sequential lever, which, you know, moving forward to today, I have one of those in my car because I was like, that feels absolutely sick doing that.
Yeah, this was the good old trusty E30 with a big V8 inside. I really love that car. And you might remember that actually the steering wheel was a little bit off center, a little bit crooked. Yeah. And when I was sitting inside, I actually had to sit like this because the roll cage was a little bit too close to my helmet. But the thing is, like, when we built the car, I felt it like, and I was like, oh, that doesn't feel right. 3 minutes in the car, gone. Next time in the car, I couldn't even realize that it was crooked, but the car is so much fun. And as you said, like, just feeling like when you press the clutch and put the first gear and you hear this clonk, you can already feel like, okay, this is business. This is serious business now.
I'm telling you guys, no feeling will ever be like when you sit into one of these cars and you clank it into first gear for the first time. You're like, oh, I feel like a proper racing car driver now.
Yeah.
And Connor, the first time I met you, I mean, you look totally different. You were 15 years old when I first met you, 21 now. Like, you've been in this game a long time, but also not on this planet a long time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. I joined the journey at quite a young age, but it's been an incredible journey. I've enjoyed every single moment of it. You know, meeting guys like you, during the career is probably the most important part of drifting. Is creating memories, doing cool things with everybody. And I think you can agree. You came in 2018 for your first drift event, but now the presenter of Drift Masters. It's quite crazy how fast stuff can change in this sport. But I think the connections what you build with everybody is quite insane. And same with Ellie. I looked up to this guy when I first came to our racetrack because I was a kid who raced karts, and you go to an event and you see a guy with a Red Bull helmet and you're like, oh, that guy must be doing something good. So for me, that was kind of the first moment in drifting when I seen Ellie and Joe. I was kind of had to step back and being like them. I wouldn't mind being a Red Bull athlete one day in this sport, and it's cool how far it progresses. So yeah, it's great moments for sure.
Ellie, do you remember the first time you met Connor?
Yes, first time was actually in Ireland. There was a national event on the docks.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I was there. You and your brother were driving.
Yeah!
All right, tough boys.
The Shelby GT500 performance is your business today.
Muscle car's natural habitat, the concrete jungle. How's it feel? That was smooth driving. Now I want a smoothie. Didn't think muscle cars could turn like that, did you? What are you trying to win a Taking Forever contest? Let's go, buddy. car's muscle. I'm flexing right now, you just can't see it. Beepity boop 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 boop. Sorry, that's just the drone talking. He's very excited. Don't mind him. I'm sure it'll buff out. Oh, hey! I used to live in that building. Do you even like cars?
Back to our podcast.
It's great moments for sure.
Ellie, do you remember the first time you met Connor?
Yes, first time was actually in Ireland. There was a national event on the docks.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yes, I was there. You and your brother were driving, Jack as well.
Yeah.
And I saw those guys going towards walls like with no hesitation, no nothing. Like they were no fear, nothing. And they were driving like hell, and I was like,
All right, tough.
The Shelby GT500 performance is your business today.
muscle car's natural habitat, the concrete jungle. How's it feel? Didn't think muscle cars could turn like that, did you?
get back to Motorfest, the podcast.
I saw those guys going towards walls like with no hesitation, no nothing, like they were no fear, nothing. And they were driving like hell. And I was like, wow. Because like in more like Central Europe where we were driving, there was like some walls sometimes, but mostly like one wall, a track or something. Most of the tracks didn't have walls. So I was not used to seeing that. In Ireland, it was basically walls all around on the docks and those guys just hanging it in. And I was like, oh, they are proper. And next time I saw him was Drift Masters 2018. He started the event at the age of 14. He ended the event with the age of 15. And in the middle step of the podium, this was crazy. Like beating James Dean back then in Płock,
Yeah,
if I'm not
lost in
mistaken.
Poland 2018.
This was like crazy and well deserved. And I knew like there's a bright future ahead.
Would you say kind of that was a moment that really put you on the map?
Yeah, 100%. And it's kind of a funny story because I wasn't even supposed to be at that race. I was still supposed to drive at a national championship in Ireland and England. And my dad was still heavily involved in our program back then. And my parents were pushing to get us to that stage, but I guess, to try get paid from this sport and all what follows. But it was a realization from my parents being like, oh, if you drive a national championship, it's actually going to cost more money than just putting you on the back of the truck where my brother was going to be driving in Europe. So I went there and Thursday practice, I kind of just... Honestly, I felt like I just became a different driver that weekend. It was kind of crazy and it was nuts. It was the most insane, I think, night bar, probably winning a championship. It was definitely the night what kind of was like.
Yeah! All right, tough boys and girls, you think you've got muscles? Well, how about you take it?
The Camaro ZL1. Go get that dinner.
In the muscle car's natural habitat, the concrete jungle. How's it feel? Wow, that's a GT500, huh? Drives more like the GT Stinker. Car's done. Flex that car's muscle. I'm flexing right now, you just can't see it. Sorry, that's just the drone talking. He's very excited. Don't mind him. Oh, hey! I used to live in that building. The buffest American muscles. Let's find out. I believe you slightly scratched the paint. good to be in the lead, doesn't it? Watch out for that curve. Nice job! Feels good to be in the lead, doesn't it? First position. All right, if anyone asks, I taught you everything that you know. Chevy wins! Did you know that Camaro means animal that eats Mustangs?
Let's get back to Motorfest, the podcast.
Most insane, I think, night, bar, probably winning a championship. It was definitely the night what kind of was like, wow, I don't even know how to explain this in words. And obviously looked up to James my whole life, and never at 14, 15 would I even thought that I would have got the chance to battle him, never mind, battle it out in one of the biggest competitions in Europe. So it was definitely the start of, I guess, putting my professional career on a platform.
Connor, I'm going to throw it to you here. I know from being young, you have that lack of fear when you're younger. Do you think it gave you that push to be able to do you know what, that wall, I'm having it. I'm going in 60, no stress.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, I kind of noticed that as I'm getting older. I'm trying not to. I'm not that old, but...
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm kind of asking myself those questions. But, I think getting back to the point of the future of the sport is it also comes back to you have more time. When you're a 13, 14-year-old kid, you go to school. And, for me, my life was literally... I guess at the turning point of my career actually was probably COVID, which is actually a crazy time because I had nothing else to do. I wasn't. Working. From home, I wasn't doing anything, so I literally sat on my simulator, played until 4 a.m. every night, and woke up at 12 o'clock and got back on the simulator. So I guess,
The Donut Crew has all kinds of shows on their channel. In one of them, they pit cheap parts against the high-end versions. It's called Higor, and that's exactly what you're going to get a taste of now.
It comes back to the generation now, and even for me, I think, winning the biggest championship in Europe last year, and probably the biggest tool, what I would say, of being able to do that is still the simulator. It's laps and laps, and I see the guys coming up now, and it reminds me so much of myself when I was that age, because it also comes back to what you asked about having no fear, no worries. You're just in a car and you're not questioning what's going wrong, and to see Manoa in the States, that's you're kind of, even for me at 21, being oh God, we're struggling right now. It's cool to see, but I think.
And during this workshop, you'll be driving the oh-so-lovely Nissan 370Z Nismo.
As I said, it comes down to having the time to be able to do that, but for me, it's still one of the biggest training tools is gaming and simulation as much as possible, and I think that's what helps when you get out on the racetrack.
So we're going to jump into the fundamentals of drifting right now. So this is the most succinct explanation of this sport, which sometimes can be quite difficult to explain, but when you see it, it will all make total sense. So there's 4 main criteria. It's your speed, some say faster is better. Your style, this is your wow factor, how much angle you throw in, how aggressive your initiations are. Your line, this is absolutely imperative. When you're on a drift track, your line...
Nothing is more iconic than low car. Except for high car.
All right, hotshot. Let's see what you can do with that setup coming straight from the sail rack. Give it the beans! one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo! Fully upgraded. Let's rip. Okay, we've done the whole part switching thingy, brakes, tires, suspension, exhaust. Only the best for my baby. Here comes the straight line. Time to put that Nismo Higor to the test. Punch it! I know you're focused on driving right now, but I just want to call out that I'm doing a really good job flying this drone. It's my first day. Nailing it. Expensive mean more better?
As you know, we're sticking to urban terrain for the next event, but we're kicking the intensity up a notch. Motorfest has provided Donut Media with 2 incredible cars, and knowing James, you can be sure they'll be put to good use.
It is absolutely imperative when you're on.
I should really keep the details to myself, but I can't help teasing you a little. So, just picture this. Downtown hypercar battle.
Drift track, your line is the thing that's going to have you sitting on that top spot or not, and then it is your angle. Like obviously when you're driving a car at home, you've got somewhere around 35 degrees of angle. We're talking full luck here, guys, almost 90 degrees whilst you're out there on a track.
More power, baby! Motorfest gave us 2 hypercars with more power than anyone would ever need. Choose between the Bugatti 1038 and the Koenigsegg Jesko and race through downtown Honolulu. Which car will set the new downtown speed record, and who will split an order?
Koenigsegg Jesko, bold choice. Bold. I meant bold choice.
Comes with some pretty sweet perks. Check out these 2 spaceships they lent us. This car is too fast. You are a psychopath. I love you. My drone isn't even breaking a sweat keeping up with you. Wait a second, why would a drone be sweating? Stupid! the docks, how about a little tour of the countryside? This is a really nice neighborhood. Pretty sure you're ruining the property values, though. Are destroying the previous downtown speed record, but which car's gonna set the new record? The suspense is killing me. I gotta sit down. Kilometers per hour in the city? I don't know, that's gotta be at least 100 miles an hour. Finish line is right there! More power, baby! DH is the fastest spaceship this time, but following your Koenigsegg gave me some really great pictures for our show. Again, not in a weird way. Comes with some pretty sweet perks. Check out these 2 spaceships they lent us. This car is too fast. You are a psychopath. I love you.
Like it never happened.
After the docks, how about a little tour of the countryside? Nice neighborhood. Pretty sure you're ruining the property values, though.
We'll get it this time.
You just smoked that Bugatti like some fine rocked fist. think we can all agree this Koenigsegg is fast. That you guys are destroying the previous downtown speed record, but which car's gonna set the new record? The suspense is killing me. I gotta sit down. kilometers per hour in the city? I don't know, that's gotta be at least 100 miles an hour. Finish line is right there. More power, baby! Koenigsegg, fastest hypercar of the day. I almost got whiplash just watching it.
Back to our podcast.
Our new destination, Diamond Head. Let's set forward.
Whilst you're out there on a track.
No time for surfing, time for drifting.
Now, Ellie, it is quite difficult to understand, but once you actually see it, you're like, that is it. That makes total sense.
Yeah, like I think if you see...
I'm only allowed to give you one hint. You'll be driving one of James's all-time favorites.
Drifting for the first time, you should, in my eyes, start with a qualification where there's only one car on track, and then you actually can compare the runs to each other, and you will instantly see, okay, this guy really filled the full outer zone in the first turn, so both wheels were in the zone all the way around. The other one maybe fell off halfway and stuff like that. So, and even like just a single car on track all of a sudden gets really exciting, because then you see, okay, all the guys have really a hard time to approach whatever outer zone 5 very early on the wall, because they come so fast in and they just allowed to break down after the transition.
Now's your chance to get sideways, muchacho. You'll be
Go drift, my friend. Go drift to your heart's content. This place is amazing. It's like a playground for drifters. You know, that's what they say about Los Angeles these days. Lancer Evo. My friend said it was the fastest car that he's ever driven. What's up, Dan? I bet you never thought you'd be in a video game. Can you drift as long as the Kentucky Cobra? I gotta know! Well, welcome to the Drifter's world.
All right, let's keep talking.
Wall, because they come so fast in and they just allowed to.
Going fast brings incredible sensations for sure, but no need to reach extreme speeds to get a proper challenge.
Break down after the transition and stuff like that. And those little things, they make drifting so special. And like, as I said, like, if you watch like 4 or 5 runs, you already will pick up where are the important points and pieces. And then obviously the fun starts when the battles go on. So yeah, this is even more spectacular.
Meaning? Well, you'll have to go to Honolulu Airport and get on the tarmac to figure it out. Team is waiting for you there with a whole different type of car this time. A high-performance pickup truck by Ford, the F-150 Raptor.
Kind of don't you just love being asked that question?
Yeah.
And you get asked that question, and everyone's like, what is drifting? And then everybody has their very own explanation. So I want to hear yours real quick. Elevator pitch, what is drifting?
I think to explain it, it's like you're in a battle, what you're trying to be the wildest driver ever, but to win you need to be the most calculated driver. So it's like you're fighting against each other the whole time. So, you know, I think if you have been interested in drifting and you fully don't understand, I think it's for sure worth taking the time to like fully look into it, because as a person who watches drifting, if you understand that, it's way more enjoyable and it gives you a way better understanding of like, okay, that guy is doing something pretty impressive, or that guy is just sliding a car, you know. And I think the golden question, what for me, when my friends are always making jokes when like it's 3 pedals and a steering wheel and a handbrake, and it can't be that hard, you know. And it's like, I laugh because, you know, it's actually a good point, because it's a good conversation. You know, in my opinion, sliding a car isn't the hardest thing to do in the world, but sliding a car at 100 mile an hour with, you know, millimeters between a door of trusting him and when he's going to brake, you know, to read him.
You're closing in. Gather all your focus and dexterity. You're gonna need it.
You know, you're doing stuff what reaction times needs to be absolutely insanely good. You're doing stuff you need to understand where grip is. You're feeling all different things, but you're going sideways. So, you know, a racing car driver will look and be like, oh, you've never felt what grip is in your life. And you're kind of like, okay, read 3 mile an hour at 100 mile an hour when you're a millimeter away from a door and see if you can not hit him.
So let's sort of talk about how your choice of vehicle reflects your personality. I mean, I've got a quote here from you, Ellie, actually. From brand new Lamborghini to old 190 Mercedes-Benz with Toyota Supra engines and Mazda MX-5 convertibles, if you can build it and it performs, make it yours and go. Can you tell us more about what it means to make it yours?
Yeah, like in drifting, I think this is one of the beauties, I would say, of the sport. There's not like a place where you go and just buy a drift car and it's finished and you just jump in and drive. Like it's very rare. Like I would say 95% of the teams here develop and build their car themselves. And so you can, while doing so, you can bring your personality into the build. Like some guys want to like drive maximum angle all the time. The other ones want to be super fast. The next one, I don't know, like something different. And this is the thing, like also engine-wise. Some guys like turbo straight 6. You have a SR20 4-banger. The other ones want big V8s, natural aspirated, or with big turbos or something like that. And this is like where you really, as a whole team, you can create your own character, not only for you personally, but also translate it in your car, in your livery, in how you approach the events and everything. And this is, in my eyes, very interesting, because like if you look at like older motorsports, it's clear you want to have the fastest lap time. And there are so many approaches, and everybody or any team knows how to approach it.
So let's talk about your car that you've got here this weekend. Yeah. Can you describe it for me? Like, what does it look like? What does it sound like? What's unique about this one?
So there are many things unique about this car. It's a BMW F22 2 Series. It's actually the first ever built F22 Eurofighter from HGK. Cool. There was this iconic video like 7 years ago. Like I watched it 100 times, full carbon Kevlar body kit. Just looking stunning. And actually what we took is basically the chassis, and we put our drivetrain in, the S58 engine from the M4. we developed it further, and now it has even more power, more response, and it's in a very small, light, nimble chassis. So this is very unique to me, to have a car that is really just like competition.
That's going to be so much fun. And just to explain to you guys at home, carbon Kevlar, I feel like, is the hero product of drifting. Is this, if you hit a wall, if you happen to make some contact with another competitor, this material just folds in and then pops back out again, which is so helpful during drifting, isn't it, Ellie?
Exactly. Because we are, especially here, for example, we run walls all around, and you will hit them at some point. And if you have something that just smashes to pieces, it's just gone after the first lap, and the carbon Kevlar is, as you said, the hero.
Connor, your car, you've obviously had S15, you've had 180 back in the day, and then you switched into the GT86, which is the same as your brother's. Tell people about your car.
Yeah, mine is a GT86 chassis. I've been running this car for 4 seasons now. I would describe this car as, like, in my opinion, the most simplified kind of way of trying to achieve a car what can win events, is in, like, there's nothing over engineered. It's kind of a structure what's kind of worked for a long time. Toyota 2JZ, 1000 brake horsepower, sequential gearbox, everything what's lived up to make 1000 brake horsepower. You also can't break it, so it has to have everything what is incredibly strong. And as Ellie touched on, we're trying to...
So we know you're a capable driver. What if you don't have any brakes? You'll be driving this Ford Raptor SVT, and I say driving, but you're stuck in cruise control and you cannot use your brakes. Oh. And did I mention every lap you get faster? So how clean can you drive when slowing down isn't an option?
Riddle? Coneheads, how do you win when everyone's going the same speed? That's right, your cruise control is locked and you've got to weave through a whole bunch of cones. But don't even think about touching them. This is simple. Each cone that you touch gets you a penalty. Make a perfect lap and you get a big old bonus. Imagine each cone is the cutest, buffest horse you've ever seen. You wouldn't run over a horse, would you? Nay, sir. Nay. Well, I guess that's one lap. Good job. I don't know if your robot assistant told you, but I may have forgotten to install the brakes. Stop goofing around. I've got your mom on speed dial, so you better keep your driving clean and tidy. How clean can you drive with no brakes? Well, I'm starting to get an idea. Next time I'm calling you a cab. Going down. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this truck too big for you? You want a widow baby car to make it easier? Too bad. Clever girl. Get it? Get it like in the movie? I saw that. You definitely hit a cone. Well done. I hope it was as fun for you to drive as it was for me to watch.
The podcast is back on. Our guest still has plenty of things to say.
Is incredibly strong, and as Ellie touched on, we're trying to keep our cars as light as possible. I would say that I probably have one of the lightest cars on the chassis or on the grid, so that's the achievement. We're building the car so it's small, nimble, can do cool things, and there's some people love the chassis, some people hate the chassis. Me personally, I love it. It's took a long time to get it to where we need it to be, but if I was to describe it, I would just say it's like a mini rocket, and it does a good job, and I enjoy driving it.
We've got to put it out there. Do you think 1,000 horsepower is now the benchmark power figure that you need in drifting?
I would say on a high level, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy right now. Like, it doesn't really make much sense, but yeah, it is a 1,000 brake car. I remember the first year I drove in Drift Masters in 2018, I had a good 600 brake horsepower. Like,
Same here.
That's with a good dyno sheet, like with a little bit of tire, slip on the dyno. Yeah, I made 600 brake horsepower, and it's like now you're like, if you turn up with 600 brake horsepower, you may as well just
Go home.
go home. You spent all your money to come here, and you may as well just sit in the grandstand with your car sitting pretty in the pits. So,
But it's crazy. Like, also, I started Drift Masters with 620 natural aspirated horsepower, and in Riga I was clutch kicking in fifth gear.
yeah,
like-
I remember
like-
the same. I was the same as well. Yeah.
Like
It's
coming
crazy.
around the turn. Wow.
Yeah, there's nothing left. Yeah, it's cool to see that the sport is progressing, but I think it's exciting to see where it goes in the next 5 years, I guess.
Yeah, because that leads me into my next question, which was how have your needs evolved over time? And obviously, at the very core of it, power has just increased, grip has increased. And like with that, you have to develop all of the drivetrain, because if you've got more power and more grip, means there's more stress going through the car, which means more breakages. Like, Ellie, how was that manifested with your build?
It seems like you have some experience with that, huh?
Well, that's why I had to change the back end of my car, because I was like, as the power increased, I remember clutch kicking it one day. I was like, I have no drive. And that happened maybe 2 or 3 times. And then it was like, right, we're going to have to.
Yeah, I've witnessed a few. I think I've seen you break 1 or 2.
Hey, look now.
I broke them also. Don't worry, I broke many of them. I remember the first time I ever drove a turbo drift car, I went into the first corner, and that was with GTR shafts, so I actually broke good shafts.
Right.
And yeah, left the handbrake out left the clutch out with the handbrake still in, broke 2 of them at the same time, and I came in and my brother was like, I've never seen anybody do that. Well, now you have, so I feel you.
Well, like it's a constant game of improving like the builds, but Connor already mentioned like the recipe that you need nowadays is like around 1,000 horsepower sequential gearbox that can actually handle that power. Yeah, we run the Samsonas and we are quite happy with that. A big and a strong prop shaft, a big differential. Normally the thing is a quick change differential either from Winters or from Bulldog, and then the biggest shafts you can put in the car. And yeah, this is basically what you have, and then you just need to maintain it and check when there's play in the drive shafts, just change them before they break actually. And this is what makes it quite intensive to run a drift car on that power level, because it's not a question if something breaks, it's just when.
That's one of the nice things about playing in the game, because it's like, I clutch kicked it, and it doesn't matter, we'll just go straight back to the start. If something broke, it doesn't matter. But there's nothing more devastating as you come and you initiate and you think you've got it all absolutely bang on, and then just kaboom.
Yeah, reset button is nice. It'll be nice in real life also.
Yeah.
Okay, so Connor, you gave us a description of drifting. You said driving in control, fully out of control. You're trying to be inch perfect while the car is completely out of control, which I feel like really captures the chaos and the adrenaline of the sport. Do you have anything to add to this, or do you think that's still true to this moment?
Yeah, 100%. I think, the biggest thing right now about drifting is how hard it is to win. It's like, even like 2-3 years ago for me, it was kind of, you would turn up to an event and you would be confident that you're going to have a good result, or you're put in the work to have a good result. Now you turn up and it's like everybody has evolved so much and got like so much better. It's like trying to find what is the definition of on the limit, what's the definition of too much. It's like you're playing with fire every single lap, and even now in practice you have to go to that level, because if you're not ready to do it the minute the main competition starts, it's like, wow, I don't know what to do. So I think that quote kind of explains it pretty good, but I would probably improvise a little bit more of like actually how on the limit we are, of out of control, but in control at the same time. So, I think gives a good explanation, but I think for me it's like, now as you watch live streams from 5 years ago to now, it's like, okay, we're pretty much close to being nothing left in the tank,
Yeah.
Ellie, would you agree with that?
I would put it in really simple words. It makes more sense to play roulette than try to win a Drift Masters.
Yeah, I could play
like
it.
The possibilities are higher.
You are a poet, my friend.
For sure.
So we've talked about the discipline of the sport. We've talked about the high moments, the low moments, but we're going to now focus back down on the cars themselves. So if I was to open up the bonnet, Ellie, what would I find?
Probably one of the most complicated engines in drifting nowadays.
I agree.
So the exact opposite to Connor's approach. We tried to take a current engine, a modern engine, take the modern technology that actually helps us to produce over 1,000 horsepower very reliably. And yeah, you see like way more wires, way more sensors, this, that, and so on. And it's very complex to get it to run. But once it's running, for us at least, touch wood, it was really reliable for the past 3.5, almost 4 years now.
Big turbo, 2 turbos, 1 turbo, what are we looking at here?
1 single turbo, now also on display, because on our M4s it's a low mount, so you can't see it, but now in the F22 it's a top mount, so you can see a big turbo hanging there on the engine. And this, in my eyes, very beautiful modern engine.
Nice. Connor?
Yeah, I think that's what's exciting about when you pop the hood of a drift car. It's like 1,000 brake horsepower, so you have to have the tools to make 1,000 brake horsepower. In my opinion, as a fan of drifting, I would explain it: huge turbo, shiny parts everywhere. It's like going through like a car show and be like, damn, that engine is cool, but we're actually using those engines in a race car, which is quite sick. So yeah, for me it's quite a simple setup. We just try to keep everything, it's a winning platform for many years in drifting. I think
2JZ
JZ has been the engine what a lot of people have turned to, I guess. And yeah, some people obviously have different opinions about engines, but for me, yeah, I think it's a big turbo, shiny parts, makes lots of power, cool noises, and yeah, I'm think it's kind of just a simple package what works perfect.
So you've got the 2JZ and then also the BMW out there, but if you could describe your ultimate dream machine, it can be a car, it can be a bike, it can be a plane, what would it be? Tell me about, let's just really describe it to the people that are sat playing the game right now and listening. I want colors, I want sounds, I want everything.
Ooh, that's a good one. I would have two, if you don't mind.
Fine.
So first one is obviously G87 M2, the current M2.
Class.
With the S58 in, very lightweight, ready for competition to go on walls, take the war that is there. This is definitely the next thing also on our map. And the other one would be like a kind of a funny one, very old Toyota Starlet, like hatchback. Wheel driven. I had the chance to be in Jamaica last year and judge a Red Bull car park drift event, and I saw like 4 or 5 of those, and those look so nice. And I somehow have a sweet spot for hatchbacks anyways, and either put a small 4-banger in with a turbo, or maybe even a very small natural aspirated V8. I think this would be a really fun car to drive. Yeah.
Connor, to you?
Yeah, mine are kind of, I have a retro one for sure as well, which is I think an Irish classic, a Ford Mark II Escort, but I would build it to be the wildest drift car ever. Like anything I could do to it, I would do to it. Just body panels everywhere, kind of just crazy. Not as a competition car, but just more just something what's iconic and kind of, I guess, has a little bit of history as well. You know, Ford Mark II Escort is a famous car in Irish rallying, and always wanted to do one as a drift car. And then I've also kind of have another one, which is an interesting one, but a Porsche GT3 RS. I would love one. It's also my dream road car, but I would love one as just a kind of a car where it kind of like goes against people's opinions of like, it's such a beautiful car, and I would just be like, I would love to take that thing and just wreck it off a wall, you know? Not wreck it off a wall, but you know what I mean? Have it as in you can just go out like and, you know, blow a taillight off it, everybody's crying in the grandstand being like, it's a Porsche GT3 RS, so.
That would be me.
Yeah, also me as well on the other side, but I think, yeah, for sure, it's an interesting one, but I think if I was to take like a chassis and develop a chassis of like making just a cool drift car, those are two what are not competitive drift cars, because in my opinion competitive drift cars are, you know, I spend my whole life with them, so for me they're like a little bit like not boring. They're obviously not boring, they're super exciting to drive, but the fun ones are a little bit more exciting.
If you were to take me on a tour of your garage, have a look around personal garages, what would I find? Would it be like prize cars, bikes in there? Ellie, what have you got hiding in there?
Oh, in my garage there's actually not too much going on. I'm in the lucky situation that I can drive a M3 Touring at the moment.
Nice.
This
G81 is very nice.
G81 is really nice. I really love this car because you can just go on road trips, can also be a lunatic if you just put it to rear wheel drive, and so it's amazing car. But actually I don't even own car. Like yes, we have the drift cars from our team, and you would find them, and you would find a lot of tools and engineering stuff. So I'm also really fascinated and passionate about all the engineering that goes in doing the simulations, looking at things, cooling, whatever, aero and stuff like that. So my garage doesn't look too fancy, too shiny. It would rather look engineering.
And Connor, I know you are a big fan of going up the mountains, so I'm pretty sure you probably got some off-road vehicles kicking around in that garage somewhere.
Yeah, bikes for sure. I love two wheels. Like, I kind of got into two wheels actually quite late in my life of just like riding enduro and lockdown, and honestly it's like now I'm trying to fight the urge of being like, you can't ride the bike in season, you know, it's like the scare of getting hurt. But yeah, for sure I share all the workshop space with my brother Jack, who's a busy guy. He lives in the garage 24/7, so I'm a little bit opposite. I'm more of a guy who just likes kind of doing fun things. For me, working on a drift car is, I kind of draw the line a little bit with that. So you know, lots of cool cars sitting around our home, and kind of actually cars with interesting stories. You know, we grew up racing, so we all have different areas of motorsport, you know, dirt oval cars, short oval cars. It's kind of like, I guess, a little bit of history of our whole career is sitting around. Just my old 180 shell is sitting there, so every time you see it, it kind of tells a story. So yeah, just a little bit of everything, but for sure bikes is something what I enjoy doing, and it's a good tool. I think it's a huge tool actually to help performance in a drift car.
Do you still have that crazy bike-engined buggy thing?
Yeah, the autocross cars, we still have them. Yeah, my dad
Yeah,
actually just built a brand new one. He's racing it He's racing it at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of what we grew up doing. Those are quite crazy, like 2 high boost engines in the back of a mini space frame car. So it's quite exciting. But yeah, lots of things, interesting things.
Saw the wickedest slam ever was Connor driving that thing, and he just did
Yeah,
the craziest roll in it. I was
had a
like,
bad
right,
crash.
not gonna drive that.
This time 2 years ago, right before actually a Drift Masters final. So it's not a great time, but yeah, those are super exciting. Actually, I learned loads like in that type of racing, and you know, it's cool.
All right, guys, we've covered a lot of ground so far, so we're going to wind things down with a few rapid-fire questions to the guys now. So, ready? Extreme cold or extreme heat?
Heat.
Cold.
Driving by day versus driving by night?
Day.
Night.
The last time you received a speeding ticket?
1.5 years ago.
Never.
Oh, he's a good man. He's a good boy. Do you sometimes talk to your cars?
Yes.
All the time.
Which surface is your favorite? Tarmac, dirt, gravel, or ice?
Ice with spikes.
Tarmac.
So we're going to wrap up by actually quoting your brother, Ellie, Joe Hutunji. He said, staying focused is about giving at least 190%. What do you do to stay focused? And give us 3 top tips that we can, whilst people are playing this game, that they can absorb and use in real life.
So for myself, it really was like the training that I'd done. Endurance training helped me to stay focused over the entire day of a competition, because our competition days are super long. You're only in the car or drifting the car for 30 to 45 seconds, like maybe 10, 12 times a day. But you have to be like 100% each and every time. And the endurance training, like just jogging, cycling, stuff like that, helped me to stay on the same level for the entire day. Before that, I really felt like yeah, when the day went on in the afternoon, I had like some drops, and this basically helped me big time.
I think advice, probably what I got over the years, is like something what I would just tell myself during the day is like, be patient. You know, I think is stay in the zone, stay focused. You know, enjoy. I think the process is another one. You know, like don't stress out if something isn't going in your way, and just try stay away from the environment. What is probably, you know, if your car is getting worked on, just leave the chat. You know, go to the starting line and rate with your helmet and forget about all those little things. So there's many ways to stay focused, but for sure, you know, the preparation for an event and simulator and building all that stuff is something what helps you to get focused. But in the moment is many things. I could talk forever about that.
Well, there's definitely more than 3 top tips there. Patience, take yourself out of it, and just remember all of the good advice that you've been given over the years. I think that's some super solid advice there. And training. Actually, that was the other one from you, Ellie, as well. Well, guys, as you know, Motorfest, the podcast, is available to try different motorsport disciplines in the season 6 of The Crew, be it flying, motorbiking, GT cars, or drifting. But there is a world of careers out there, and I'm going to throw it back to you guys for the last time. If you had to change things up, I'm talking switch the whole career path and be able to join a different discipline, be it in any kind of sport, at the level that you're at right now, what would it be?
I think I would pick drifting again.
Oh, really? You're going straight back into it? I thought you'd go for basketball. I knew you were a keen basketball player.
Yes, I was a little bit too small.
Oh.
No, like, yeah, I would go for drifting again. As I said, financially the worst thing that I've done, but emotionally the best. And I just like, because in drifting it's not like we have a 50-person team here and I'm just the driver and nothing else. Like, yeah, I do the engineering, I do mechanics, I sometimes drive the truck and so on. And I just enjoy seeing that the whole system or the whole team works as a whole, the whole car works. And it's just my happy place, I would say.
Connor?
I guess my answer is probably quite similar because, you know, drifting is something what I love more than anything, the whole sport, the whole environment. But yeah, I probably would have tried to dabble in the whole circuit racing world, you know, racing karts and go down that adventure. But to be honest, I'm kind of glad that I didn't, you know, go down that route of trying to chase that dream and put it into to use something of what is motorsport, but I guess it would be a hard decision to stay drifting or try something else, but I'm happy what I'm doing.
I'm going to go left field here. It'd be tennis for me.
Tennis?
Straight up
Really?
tennis. Like, female tennis players are badass. Like, and the money that you can earn at the top level, that'll be me. All right, guys, sounds like the engines are just being warmed up there outside. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. It's been a delight. I've learned so much, actually. I've known you for years, and now I feel like I know a lot more about you. So thank you so much, Ellie and Connor.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Right, that's it today, guys, for our episode of Motorfest, the podcast. Make sure you check it out on all platforms. You can also see it on YouTube. And if you're playing the game, you can also listen to it live right there. My name's Becky Evans, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And make sure you check out the Crew Motorfest from Ubisoft. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon.
see how the donut crews use all the incredible sequences they shot with you. Ready to wrap up. But before, they have one more challenge for you. One last face-off. A little pure, unadulterated street racing, featuring 2 cars that embody the world-renowned German savoir-faire. Well, it looks like I've said too much again. Just pretend you didn't hear anything, okay? Welcome back.
It is the perfect car. Like we've studied it, people have studied it. It's the perfect length, wheelbase, the width is great, and the height of it in general is quite low. I think it looks super sporty and cool. So it's like, that just for me is what I would love one day to like jump in, race, and experience what my dad experienced when I was watching him on the tracks around Europe. Dreaming to be like him one day, winning European championships.
Welcome back to Motorfest, the podcast. This is the show where I get to talk to some of the most daring motorsport athletes for their passion for all things speed, wings and wheels. And if you haven't already tried it, you can actually listen in whilst you're playing the game, the Crew Motorfest from Ubisoft. My name is Becky Evans, and in this episode, I'm going to be chatting with an incredible pair of Swedish rallycross drivers, Timmy and Kevin Hansen. They're brothers, they're best friends.
You can't say enough good things about German engineering. I've tried. In this final face-off, 2 powerhouses battle it out in the streets of Honolulu. Audi R8 Spider head-to-head with BMW M4. Who could ask for anything more? Let's find out once and for all. Who rules the streets?
Bayerische Motoren Werke. I hope this M4 is easier to drive than say.
This is the last event, so make it count. Don't worry, we'll still be friends after. Looks like that BMW M4 was born to rule. I gotta be honest, this is a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me film you in a totally not weird way. You have nice hands.
No shame in trying again.
Watch out, this first ramp is a bit of a doozy. Dang, dog, hit up Jules Verne, 'cause we got friggin' flying cars over here. These two German speedsters definitely pack a punch. Hawaiian punch. Is that even from Hawaii? Driving to get us the final answer. There can only be one. The finish line is coming. The finish line is coming. Don't mess up. Looks like the streets belong to Audi today. Next time, top off your blinker fluid.
It's time to reap your reward. Your vehicle is ready. This truly was a thrilling ride. But none of this could have been that incredible without your outstanding contribution. That's why a very special car is waiting for you at the container.
The podcast continues. For this episode, I'm going to be chatting with an incredible pair of Swedish rallycross drivers.
We got the whole donut team to pick it out just for you. Want to know what it is? All right then, it's a stunning Chevrolet Corvette C8 with a twist. Time for you to collect.
Timmy and Kevin Hansen. They're brothers, they're best friends, and in their cars, it's not hard to see that they are absolute experts maneuvering and jumping no matter what the surface is. Rain, hail, or
A playlist is ready to try. Let's go try it.
Let's get back to Motorfest, the podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be chatting with an incredible pair of Swedish rallycross drivers, Timmy and Kevin Hansen. They're brothers.
Let's complete this playlist.
Best friends, and in their cars, it's not hard to see that they are absolute experts maneuvering and jumping no matter what the surface is, rain, hail or shine. Born into a family of rallycross champions, this sport runs deep in their blood. It's like putting on a glove, Timmy tells me, when I ask him what it feels like to drive his Peugeot to a race. Well, that's at least how
We put this playlist together to give you a taste of Japanese racing culture.
easy to do. In this episode, I'll talk about their first memories as tiny spectators, soaking it all in and watching their families racing for trophies. We'll talk about ice driving with their school friends, we'll talk about old cars, new cars, and what their vehicles reveal about their personalities. And of course, we will cover some of the most heart-stopping battles of their careers to date. Let's start the show. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So let's just jump straight into it. You guys know each other better than anybody. So Timmy, what should the fans know about Kevin that they don't already?
Kevin's very outgoing. He's a very energetic person. Yeah, to put the show on in every single way. He's very aggressive on track. He's currently second in the World Championship, so unfortunately for me, beating me at the moment. But we got one more round to do. But we're best friends off track. We're best friends on the track. I think that's what we're mostly known for on track, that we're able to work together in a way that's like you'd expect somehow teammates to do, to have each other's backs. But we are brothers, and to be able to race with your brother and fully wanting him to do well when we're going into turn one or the other way around as well, we're usually able to pull those